be able to offer my usual lightning service today, as I have a previous engagement in Yonkers, New York, arranging the second marriage of Mr. Horace Van de Gelder, the well-known half-a-millionaire. As my late husband Ezra Levi always said, that means that he's got at least 60,000 cash. But I shall do my best to have you carried across somebody's threshold before the week is out. Now, I might also mention I'm available for financial consultation, instruction guitar mandolin, short distance hauling, and varicose veins reduced. Call on Dolly. She's the one that's Princess recommended. Take the kind of every sister. Once it's just Mrs. Levi!
Mrs. Levi! Mrs. Levi!
Oh, Mr. Kemper, the artiste! You know, I'm something of an artist myself. I do those silhouettes with scissors and black paper. Here's one of Avery Head looking the other way. I have to do her like that because I'm no good at noses.
Mrs. Levi, the train for Yonkers leaves in 5 minutes, and if we don't get there on time...
But we will, Mr. Kemper. And not only will Horace Van de Gelder give you permission to marry his niece, Ermengarde, but he will also dance at your wedding. And not alone either, because I have to be engaged in finding him a suitable second wife himself. What he really wants is someone steady to clean the house. As my late husband Ephraim Levi always said, marriage is a bride to make a housekeeper. I think she's a householder.
I know all about it, Mrs. Levi. Captain New York says he's going to propose to Mrs. Irene Malloy this very afternoon.
Which is exactly why I'm on my way to Yonkers this morning, Mr. Kemper. And you take on your case and knock off 4 lovebirds with 1 stone or whatever I'll throw. I'll see. And, well, what do you think? In fact, I have nothing here to pay my train fare with. Only large bills, 5s and 7s.
I think I have some change here, Mrs. Levi, somewhere. I just hope this isn't a wild goose chase.
And speaking of poultry, I am also available for fresh Jersey eggs, surgical corsets reboned, ears pierced, ears
Levi!
But oh, today it was where the Lord himself applied the going to get married again. I'm going to marry Horace Van de Gelder for his money and send it out circulating among the people like rainwater the way you taught me. And I want a sign from you, sometime today, that you approve. Oh, it won't be a marriage in the sense that we had one, but I shall certainly make him happy. And besides, Ephraim, I'm tired of living from hand to mouth, and so I want that sign.
Mrs. Levi!
Sometime today.
Now, don't you worry, Mr. Kemper. We'll make that train. We'll get to Yonkers, and he'll marry Ermengarde. Just leave everything to me. For my little pinky wiggles, made and giggles, and made my knuckles act and mine. Said she's so attractive. Then I grew my index digit, and they both begin to fidget. When I clenched my palm, the preacher read the song like my hand in there.
Evenings all merit God is foolishness. 99% of the people in this world are fools, and the rest of us are in great danger of contamination. Now I was young once, which was foolish, and I got married, which was foolish, and I was poor, which was more foolish than anything else. Then my wife died, which was foolish of her. I became older, which was sensible of me, and I became rich, friendless, and mean, which in Yonkers is about as far as you can get. Now I know what you're thinking. Why a man of such good sense would be planning anything as foolish as getting married again? Well, the answer's simple. This house without a woman would be an empty shell. What?
Congratulations, Mr. Van de Gelder. All of New York is buzzing with the news that you've practically proposed to Irene Malloy. The streets are lined with eligible young ladies, prostrate with grief. All of my congratulations and sympathy.
Sympathy?
Did I say that? A slip of the tongue, that's all. No, I'm delighted by the happy news. After all, she wasn't easy to unload. By that I mean, you know what people said, although I, for one, never believed the rumors. No, I didn't.
Rumors? What rumors?
Nothing to get upset about, Mr. Van der Gelder. I mean, according to all known facts, her first husband passed on quite naturally. It's just that he went so sudden. A few spoons of chowder she made special for him, and poof! But it could happen to anyone. No, there's no truth in it. Just one word of advice, Mr. Van der Gelder, eat out.
Mrs. Levi, are you trying to say that Miss Malloy had...
I mean to say nothing, Mr. Van der Gelder. Just friendly advice. Stay away from the chowder. By the way, she's ordered her wedding gown. Beautiful. You should see it. Black. Well, as I said before, congratulations on your forthcoming nuptials, and may you rest in... may guardian angels watch over you both. Particularly at dinner.
Mrs. Levi, you introduced me to Miss Malloy, and rumors would not I intend on calling on her this very afternoon.
Very well then, Mr. Van der Gelder. Then there's nothing more for me to do but go back to New York and tell the other girl, the heiress, not to wait.
What was that?
Nothing. A word. Heiress.
Particulars, Mrs. Levi. I planned her name.
Her name? It's, her... Money. Ernestina Money.
What a lovely, lovely name.
Picture, if you will, hair as shiny as newly minted dime, eyes big round as silver dollars, and skin as soft and mossy as an old greenback.
I can feel her now.
Age 19, weight 102, waist 47.
Waist 47?
That's with the money belt. Now I could arrange for you to meet this Ernestina this very afternoon.
Ain't got time. I'm going to New York this afternoon till my niece Ermengarde forgets a certain Ambrose Kemper.
I could do that for you, Mr. Van der Gelder. I know just how to handle such things.
And I'm watching in the 14th Street Association parade.
What an amazing coincidence! Guess who's been chosen to ride on the main float? The spirit of 14th Street. Miss Money. Her mother was a cashier.
All right. I'll meet Miss Money, but I still intend on meeting Mrs. Malloy this afternoon first.
Oh, what races you make me run. Very well then, Mr. Van der Gelder. I guess there's nothing more for me to do but meet you on that bench in front of Mrs. Malloy's hat shop at 2:30 as usual.
One more thing. Suppose I don't like Mrs. Malloy and I'm not very fond of Miss Money either.
Well, then I happen to have one more name on my list. A name I know as well as my own, but let's not go into that now. It'll come up all by itself in good time. Don't you worry about that. Oh, but wait till you see Ernestina, Horace. A vision, a dream.
It takes a woman out the joyously bring out the dream, the sick, and it takes an angel with long golden lashes and slaughters and fingers of dumping the ashes.
Yes, it takes a woman. You know what? I think I'll have this room done over in blue wallpaper. Yes, in blue. Ermengarde. Ermengarde, Ambrose, we've got plans to make.
Chief clerk. Promoted from chief clerk to chief clerk. I did one. Good. In 10 years, I'll be promoted to chief clerk again. I'm 33 years old, Barnaby, and I still don't get an evening off. When am I going to live? You can live on holidays, Cornelius. Do you remember what we did last Christmas? All those canned tomatoes had been rotten and exploded, and you and I spent the whole afternoon cleaning them up. Do you call that living? No. Barnaby, you and I are going to New York. You mean close the store? Huh? Cornelius, we can't. We'll have to. Some more canned tomatoes are going to explode. Holy cabooses. How do you know? I'm going to light a candle under them. That's how I know. It'll create a smell so bad customers won't be able to come into the store for 24 hours. That'll buy us the evening off. We're going to live, Barnaby. We're going to have a decent meal. We're going to spend our money. We're going to be in danger. We're going to be arrested. Holy cabooses. And one more thing. You and I are coming back until we've each kissed a girl. Cornelius, we can't do that. We don't know any girls. I'm 33 years old. I have to begin sometime. I'm only 17, Cornelius. It isn't so urgent for me. Elevated trains. The lights of Broadway. The stuffed whale at Barton's Museum. A stuffed whale? A stuffed whale. What do you say, Barnaby? Yes, Cornelius, yes.
Now the first thing to do is make you financially independent. I know, I'll find you a job. Can you dance?
I'm an artist, Mrs. Levi. I paint.
Well then, like art.
Mrs. Dolly Levi, painters taught how to dance.
Now there's a man, Rudolph Reisenweber, the Harmonia Gardens restaurant on 14th Street. I'll give you a note for him and we'll see if he can't have you both enter the polka contest tonight. The prize is a week's engagement and a gold cup. Oh, the cups we won, Ephraim and me.
Hold on, Mrs. Levi. No fiance of mine is going to be set and put in a cafe.
Ah!
I don't mind saying I'm not surprised that you have acquaintances in a place like that.
Not acquaintances, Mr. Kemper. Friends. Dear friends from days gone by. My late husband, Ephraim Levi, believed in life in any place you could find it. Cafes, ballrooms, yes, even theaters. Why, even when times were bad, every Saturday night, like clockwork down those stairs to the Harmonia Gardens we came. Ephraim and me.
Well, it's all very good to come down like clockwork, Mrs. Levi, but you're asking Ermengarde to work there.
Ah! It is the only way to show Horace Vandegelder that we mean business. Now, you go to the Harmonia Gardens this afternoon and tell them Mrs. Levi sent you. Oh, and incidentally, tell Rudolph that Dolly's coming back and I want a table for 2 and a chicken for 8 o'clock tonight.
The bottom row looks all right, Cornelius. Now hold the camera to the ones on top. Not too close, just will look like ready to bust. Holy cabooses, Cornelius, I can smell it up here. Come on, Barnaby, we're going to New York. Out there, there's a world outside of Yonkers. Way up there beyond this hick town, Barnaby. There's a slick town, Barnaby.
Would you look at that? 10 o'clock and the shop not open yet. It's all because of the impending marriage, I tell you. What marriage? Oh, I thought you knew. The marriage Mrs. Levi is arranging between Mr. Horace Vandergelder, the well-known Yonkers half-a-millionaire, and my employer and friend, Mrs. Irene Malloy. Although, if you ask me, he'll never take the place of her late husband, Mr. Peter Malloy. May he rest in peace wherever he is. I'm not sure. He was a caution, you know. Only talks too much with late husbands and new marriages, and on top of everything else, Miss Mortimer returned this hat for the 3rd time. Same old story. She wants more cherries and feathers. Cherries and feathers. To catch a beau, I suppose. Although if you ask me, she'd do better with a nice, heavy veil. I told her, ribbons down her backs is what we'll be wearing this summer if we want to catch a gentleman's eye. But she'd have none of it. Cherries and feathers she wants. And on today, of all days, when that poor, dear, sweet Mrs. Malloy has enough on her mind, what with...
With what, Minnie?
Oh, with the door, it's stuck.
It's stuck? Then pull.
Just say it, Minnie. Why have I decided to marry Horace Vandergelder?
Oh, Mrs. Malloy, I didn't ask you that. I would rather die on the rack than ask you such a personal question. But as long as you did bring it up.
I'm marrying Horace Vandergelder for one reason, and one reason alone, Minnie. To get out of the millinery business. I hate hats.
Mrs. Malloy.
And I can no longer stand being suspected of being a wicked woman with nothing to show for it.
Oh, Mrs. Malloy.
Oh, don't protest, Minnie. All millineuses are suspected of being wicked women. That's why I can't go into balls or restaurants or theaters. And that's all the proof they need. Believe me, Minnie, either I marry Horace Vandergelder or I bust out of here like a fire engine. Oh, no, not Miss Mortimer again.
Miss Mortimer, I'll take care of it.
No, leave it be, Minnie. You can make a new hat for Miss Mortimer if you'd like. I'm wearing this one myself.
Oh, Mrs. Malloy, you can't wear that hat. You're a widow. And that hat, well, it's provocative, that's what.
Is it, Minnie? Well, who knows when we come into the shop today? And provocative may be just what I want to be.
Mrs. Malloy.
String No, Minnie, I don't. Peter Malloy, may God rest him, was my share of love in this world, and I'm not saying I was shortchanged. Once is enough for a woman as long as it's true love, and it was that. Oh, look, Minnie, there's two men outside the shop.
Men?
Why, I do believe they mean to come in here.
Men? In the shop? Mrs. Malloy, what will we do?
Do? Why, flirt with them, of course. Well, now you go back in the workshop. I know some ways we can perk up our appearances. Plus, a bit of a wait will only make them nervous and easier for us, too.
If you say vampire, I'll scream.
Vampire. And so I'll try to make it easier to find me in the stillness of July, because a breeze might stir a rainbow behind me, that might happen to catch the gentle wind's eye. Oh, maybe we'll get an adventure out of this yet.
We'll get an adventure out of this yet, Barnaby. All day long we wander around the city, and nothing happens. Then we come to the quietest street in the city, and suddenly... There we go! Is he still out there? I don't know. Go look. He's sitting right on that bench. Cornelius, are you sure this is an adventure? Anyone we will have to ask, all right? How much money do you need? Not much, Cornelius. Let's see. 50 cents for the train ride back, 45 cents for dinner, and 40 cents to see the whale. $1.35. Why? Because when those women come back out, we'll have to pretend to be customers. That's it. And the best thing would be to pretend that we're rich. Then we won't have to spend anything. We're two men about town looking for hats for ladies. Okay. Good afternoon, Mrs.
Malloy.
Cornelius Hackle here. Barnaby Tucker here.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Now, what can I do for you?
We're two ladies.
We're hats, you see. What about ladies who belong with?
We would like some hats. For ladies, of course. And everybody said to come to Mrs. Malloy's hat shop because she's so pretty. I mean, her hat's pretty.
And so reasonable, too. As reasonable as under $1 would still leave enough to see the whale.
Beg your pardon, man. He's come all the way from Yonkers to see the stuffed whale at Parma's Museum. Keep your eye on the window and you might see it pass by.
Is it big and black with mean little red eyes?
Yes.
It's sitting right on that bench.
Excuse me, Mr. Hackle, but did you say Yonkers?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Perhaps you'd like to see Yonkers. I mean, perhaps Mr. Malloy would like to see Yonkers, too.
Oh, I'm a widow, Mr. Hackle.
You are? Barnaby, she's a widow! Oh, that's too bad. I'm sure Mr. Malloy would have loved Yonkers, especially in that hat. I mean, you in that hat. Not Mr. Malloy, of course. May he rest in peace. Well, you're a Catholic, aren't you? Well, don't let that worry you. I'd be willing to change. Mrs. Malloy, if you would happen to have a Sunday free, I wouldn't mind showing you Yonkers from top to bottom.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I might be there sooner than you think.
Oh, really?
I have a friend who lives in Yonkers.
Do you?
Well, perhaps you know him.
Perhaps we do.
Oh, but it's always so foolish to ask in cases like that, isn't it? It's Mr. Vandergelder.
Horace Vandergelder? Of Vandergelder's hanging feet?
Oh, do you know him?
No, of course not. No.
Well, Mr. Vandergelder is a substantial man, and well-liked, they tell me.
Oh, yes, lovely. Just lovely. There's only one fault. He's as hard as nails.
Cornelius, I think...
Now, I wonder if your friend might like this one.
Look out! Begging your pardon, ma'am. Please help us out.
Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Help us, Mrs. Malloy. We'll explain later.
Come out of there this minute.
We're as innocent as can be, Miss Malloy.
Really, Mr. Hackle, Mr. Tucker, I insist that you come out of there right now, or I'll be forced
10 minutes ago. When I make an appointment, I expect people to be on time. For the present for you, chocolate-covered peanuts, onion shell. It's the expensive kind, you know. Now, did I just see you talking with 2 men?
Men? Men, Mr. Van de Gelder? Now, what would 2 men be doing in a lady's hat shop? Now, come right back in my workshop. I'm so anxious for you to see it.
I saw it last week.
Well, so you did. Well, how's the hay and feed business? I hear you have 2 friends, both hard as nails. I mean...
What on earth are you talking about?
Yonkers. I hear it's a beautiful city.
And who's been talking to you about Yonkers, may I ask?
No one. A friend.
What friend?
Well,
He?
A customer, Mr. Van de Gelder. Someone quite well-to-do. Perhaps you know him. Oh, but it's always so foolish to ask in cases like that, isn't it? It's, Mr. Cornelius Hackle.
Did you say Hackle?
Why, yes. Do you know him?
He's my chief clerk, that's all. I demand an explanation, Mrs. Maloney.
And I'm going to give it to you. Why shouldn't she know Cornelius Hackle? Everybody in New York knows Cornelius Hackle. Why, he's here at the opera, in all the fashionable homes. He's even at the Harmonia Gardens restaurant 3 times a week.
Impossible. He's only got $146.35. I keep it in my own safe.
Oh, Mr. Gelder, you're killing me. He's one of the Hackles. They built the canal.
What canal?
The Erie. Both.
Ain't the same man, I tell ya.
Who took the horses out of Jenny Lynn's carriage and pulled her through the streets? Cornelius Hackle. And who dressed up as a waiter at the 5th Avenue Hotel and dropped an oyster down Mrs. Astor's? Oh, I can't say, but it was Cornelius. He's the playboy of New York. Now, Irene, don't deny it. I can see you were taken with him just like everybody else.
Oh, really, Dolly? What are you saying? I've only met him once.
Excuse me. Of course. Oh.
Hold your tongue, Minnie!
But there's a man in there!
If there's a man in that closet...
No, Mr. Vandergelder, you can't. It's too dangerous.
No man that hides in women's closets can scare me, Mrs. Levi. Will you stand aside?
No man indeed, Mr. Vandergelder. I'm sure you make short work of any man. Those muscles, I can feel them now, rippling back and forth underneath your coat. Back and forth, ripple, 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 back and forth, ripple, ripple, ripple.
Mrs. Levi, will you stand aside?
Stand indeed, Mr. Vandergelder. That's exactly what the court wants you to do when you're accused of entering that closet without a search warrant. I mean, what do you stand for if you don't stand for the law of this great land? I know what I stand for. I stand for brotherhood, America, and a much more than
Offense.
Answer us as flag is flying. Do you see him on that Gettysburg? Lead the bridge and the bullet. If you see him as he's trampling through the graves of march, march, march.
Has this not affected you, sir?
Mrs. Malloy.
All right, Mr. Van Gelder. There is a man in that closet.
Aha!
And another one under that table.
What the devil?
There also happens to be a perfectly good explanation for all of this. But for the moment, good afternoon.
Good Lord, the whole room's crawling with men. I'll never get over it. I take it I'll see you this afternoon, Mr. Van de Gelder.
You certainly will, Mrs. Levi. With a certain young lady at the front of the parade. Good day, Mrs. Malloy.
Mrs. Malloy, we explained everything.
I do not wish to hear any explanations, Mr. Hackle. Just you and Mr. Tucker do me the pleasure of leaving my shop at once, or I send for Officer Gogarty.
Well, if you ask me, Irene, calling in officers letting them off too easy. The law courts, that's where they belong. I've been adding up the legal offenses these two have committed, and believe me, you've got grounds for at least 2 writs. A non, compass, mentis, and a garnish. Now the main thing to do is try to settle it amicably first. Have dinner with them.
Dinner?
Is that absolutely necessary, Dolly?
It's the way things are done in law, Irene. Dinner first, garnish afterwards.
Well, if it must be. Mr. Hackle, Mr. Tucker, you may take Miss Fay and myself to dinner.
Delighted, Mrs. Malloy. I speak for Barnaby, too. Now, I think there's a nice restaurant in the railroad station.
Oh, no, Mr. Hackle. If the Harmonia Gardens is good enough for your fashionable friends, it's good enough for us, too. They say they have a lovely orchestra there, Betty.
Oh, we couldn't go there. Now, don't misunderstand me. It's not the money or anything. It's the whale. No, it's not the whale, Barnaby. It's the dancing. They have exhibitions, even contests in a place like that. I don't know how, it took me weeks, months, years to learn. Mrs. Dolly Levi's 33-year-old chief clerk's taught how to dance.
Now it's very simple, but first let's move some tables so we have room to dance. Good work. Move that over there. There you go. Just get that chair, please. Much better. Now, put one arm here and one arm here.
It's no use. I have absolutely no sense of rhythm.
Absolutely no sense of rhythm is one of the primary requirements for learning by the Gallagher-Levi method. Just give me 5 minutes of your time, Mr. Hackle, and I'll have you dancing in the streets. Now, let's start with waltz, kick, turn. Lesson 7. It's simple. Right foot, touch. Left foot, touch. Over, back, around, touch. Back, around, through, behind, release, unfurl. My, that was wonderful. And I think of the lucky women who will find heaven in your arms. Let's go back to lesson 1. Now, put your hand on her waist and stand with her right in your left hand. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Look! I'm dancing! Well, I was.
You certainly were, Mr. Hackle. Take someone who's on your way. Such a long, long time. Ephraim, let me go. It's been long enough, Ephraim. Every evening for all these years, I've put up the cat, locked the door. I've made myself a little rum toddy. And before I went to bed, I'd say a prayer thanking God that I was independent, that no one else's life was mixed up with mine. Then one night, an oak leaf fell out of my Bible. I placed it there when you asked me to marry you, Ephraim. A perfectly good oak leaf, but without color and without life. I suddenly realized that I was like that oak leaf. For years I had not shed one tear, nor had I been filled with a wonderful hope that something or other would turn out well. And so, I've decided to rejoin the human race. And Ephraim, I want you to give me away. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get instead while there's still time left. Before the parade passes by.
Levi, what is the meaning of this?
Nothing to get upset about, Mr. Vandegelder. Miss Money had a sudden urgent business appointment at the Mint. They're running a little short and she's helping out. But she'll meet you at the Harmonia Gardens restaurant at 8 o'clock tonight.
That's the most expensive restaurant in the city.
And well, it should be. What food! And the fastest waiters in New York. By the way, I might be a little late, so Mrs. Money will meet you out in front of the restaurant. Where do you see her? Horace? All in deep purple, humming an old-fashioned tune. Yes, sweet Rosie O'Grady. You couldn't miss her if you tried.
All right, I'll be there, but only because I've already paid for the introduction. Might as well get my money's worth. But from this point on, you're hereby discharged as my marriage broker. You hear that, Dolly Gallagher? You're a regular woman like everyone else.
Ephraim, he's as good as mine. I'm gonna raise the roof. I'm gonna carry on. Give me an old trombone. Give me an old time.
Is it last month? Are we going to go till 9:30? I don't know if I'm